Hey, what's going on? I want to make this video real fast to talk about a topic around the idea of binge eating. And it's a question I get asked about a lot, and I feel like most people who are overweight or who struggle with their weight deal with this to some degree. And before I get started, I'm giving you some strategies and tips for overcoming it. I just wanted to let you know that whenever I'm talking about binge eating, I'm referring to kind of an umbrella statement of the idea of overeating or giving into food temptations. There is the idea of like a clinical binge eating and purging, which is a more serious issue. And if you do struggle with that, I highly suggest you talk to a doctor or somebody close to you. But for the purposes of this video, I'm just talking about what most people struggle with, and it's giving into temptations, overeating on the weekend and all of this. And I'm human, and I still struggle with this to this day, but it's definitely something that I've had to overcome, and I've kind of learned ways that have made it easier to overcome to make, as I've lost 140 pounds, to make it easier. And I think that they'll help you too, and by no means are these the perfect answers or will these work perfectly for everyone, but I think that they can definitely help you. So I'll start out with this one. So the first is to play around with meal timing. Now there's this belief that you have to eat 6 small meals a day, and the ideas behind that, there are many ideas, but probably the most popular one is that you're stoking your metabolic furnace and burning more calories eating 6 small meals. But the truth is that that's just not true. Science has shown that that's not really important. What's more important is your total calorie intake over the day. So knowing this, it's important to find a meal schedule or an eating schedule that works best for you. So for some people, eating 6 small meals a day can kind of keep your hunger at bay, and it will help you not give into temptations. But if you're like me, eating 6 small meals a day kind of just frustrates me because I eat like a 400 calorie meal, and I'm like, I want to eat more, and you can't because you have to eat 6 small meals. So there's this eating schedule. It's this idea of eating called intermittent fasting, and it's nothing special. Basically, all it means is that you're just pushing your first meal back later into the day so that you can have more calories later. So for example, a normal day for me would look like I would wake up and just have coffee and then not eat food for like 4 to 6 hours throughout the day, and then I can have a small lunch or a light lunch, maybe a snack, and then a big dinner. And for me, that's worked perfectly. That's helped me a ton with overcoming binge eating, because whenever I'm not thinking about food the entire day, it allows me to do other things that keep my mind off of it. The second tip I have is to start drinking more water, and not just more water in general, more of the idea of drinking more water whenever you are presented with those feelings of food cravings or wanting to binge eat. It's funny, there's the signal in our brain that tells us that we are hungry also is what tells us we're thirsty. So many times, and especially during a calorie deficit, it's hard to distinguish whether you're actually hungry or you're thirsty. So if you are hungry and you probably shouldn't be, like if you've had a meal recently and you're just starving, try to drink like 16 to 20 ounces of water and then just wait about 10 minutes. And I've found that like 95% of the time that eliminates the desire to eat in that moment, because I was really just thirsty. And the third tip I have is to simply wait before acting on your desire to eat. More often than not, we eat out of boredom, and especially if you're experiencing food cravings or hunger, after you've had a meal, it's typically because you're bored or just out of habit. So something that I've noticed that's useful is to wait about 15 to 20 minutes after you've had that first feeling of hunger, just to see if it actually is true hunger or if it was just a craving. More often than not, if you wait about 20 minutes, you'll find that the urge to eat actually lessens, and you'll know, oh, it was just a habit, or I wasn't really hungry, I was just bored. But if you are still hungry after that 20 minutes, then it's probably a good sign that you're ready to eat, or that you need something to eat in that moment. So I hope that these 3 tips have helped you. I know they've helped me personally in my own weight loss journey. And if you have any other questions, or if you have other strategies for overcoming the desire to overeat and binge eat and given the food temptations, please comment down below and add to the list, because we're all trying to help each other out and everyone has different experiences. So yeah, I hope you liked this video, and thanks. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you liked it.